We're looking at our systems and our processes internally to say, how do we evaluate what training is important? How do we talk differently about what we do? How do we become a support-based agency, not a service provider? Those are all things that really take, on every level of an organization, they take time and they take very mindful efforts, intentional efforts to make that change. Training is huge for our staff. How can we do something that's going to hit home to staff where they say, I think I can get this, or I do get this, or I've been waiting for this. How do we create a situation for staff to potentially have that aha moment? Having a speaker come in and do this great training and getting staff to think differently is the exciting part. But then what do you do with that? What do you do with what you learned that day? That's the challenge. We're looking at a variety of different ways that we can keep that training and those thoughts, keep them in the forefront of our minds and keep them going.
We're really trying to think in a larger context, a holistic context of if you have a combination of where does a person want to live? Where does a person want to connect? How are they going to get there? Where do they want to work? How do they want to really be involved in their community? We recognize that this training isn't something you find in a manual. This training is practice and it's everyday life. And so we're having to really look at maybe historically how we may have trained to support a person in long-term care and throw some of that out the window and talk about, now tell me, you're really writing the instructions and the training for what your life is going to look like. So you tell me what this training is going to look like so that we can really honor your life and approach it holistically. Not from all the regulations, not from the long-term care specifications, but instead you. And what do you want? And then how do we fill that in?
And that's a part of our learning as we continue through this journey, to hopefully come up with a training model that other companies could replicate in their own way to say, hey, this is how you could do it. This might be a really cool way. And so that's one of the things that we're hoping to uncover throughout the next year to help us get closer to that CSL model.